All right, note to self. Note to self. I am remembering to smile throughout my day. Because you can test this out for yourself. Think of something positive, right? Notice the facial differences, right? When you think of something positive, usually be at least somewhat of a smirk or a hint of one. And we know that this is important, what I'm saying, because the distractions, right? So anyways, yeah, test this out for yourself. Think of something positive, right? Notice the facial gestures, right? Or encourage a smirk or a smile, right? Then think of something negative and try to hold the same facial expressions as positive. That's the thing. It's like you can't do it. You see that there's a correlation between the two. So, fellow tribe members, right? If I do have a tribe, or just note to self, right? Throughout the day, smile. Have a little smirk, always. Re-add your personality. Because it's gone through times. A positive way to look at it is we experienced a negative footprint, so now we're stepping into a positive footprint. People that found ways to condemn you, right? The children of the spider that put you up in their webs. They shamed you, and basically they saw that you had heart to you, so they, jealous, right? Because we're not all the same here. They broke you down. But drawing of the bow, sometimes you go backwards, go forwards. I deserve to be happy and to have my life, to live, to have a potent, everlasting life constantly going through. And one of the things that came to mind this morning, and I think it's true, say the concept of a long life or everlasting life. You don't think about it like necessarily so much like in the future, like don't put yourself in a fictional place. Yeah, imagine yourself there or whatever. But the more important thing is to have a long life. You don't focus on the years. What you do is you focus on right now. It's always right now. If you can fully embrace a moment, which maybe you can never actually figure out what a moment actually is, but just to ride that bowl or that wave, that never-ending wave, to always embrace as much as you can right now, this moment, can, amongst other things, probably reignite some of the sleeping DNA and brain ability and put your truer self more here now, and that will prolong, say, life, amongst other things. So smile throughout the day. When people often have had come up to you and gave you shit, right? Shamed you and guilt you. The accusers are often the guilty ones. So someone's coming up giving you drama like, oh, you should this, you should have done this, you should have done that. Why'd you do this? You should be asking yourself, why are you talking to that person? You should just drop them. Yeah, fuck all that shit. It was an experience, but like a parent shaming their kid for daydreaming, right? There's a reason why kids naturally daydream. If all is a tome, we should really view things like kids daydreaming. I wonder what some of the possibilities are there. And that's one of the things that has been cut out from society worldwide, is kids daydreaming, and then especially encouraging that and finding ways to promote it and make it more potent. So, and I'll take the cops again for another example, people coming up to you giving you shit. They're giving you shit because fucking whatever. It's make believe things that they make up more and more every year, and they write them down in some piece of paper, put somewhere, right? But if you really, I put a playlist on the intro on how to navigate their so-called law, the Black Law Dictionary for the criminal justice system, criminal justice. The first video makes a really good point. Unless you actually harm someone, unless you actually did real harm to someone, they have no right to be bothering you at all. Whether it be the so-called courts, which is actually like kind of like a bank. That's not a judge. Technically, it's a clerk. That's why clerk of courts says on the thing. Whether it be those guys or the policemen, policemen, they actually don't have a right to be bothering you at all if you didn't actually harm someone. But they do it because you know they go up to total strangers and harass them over make-believe things. You know, like when they pull someone over, they're using their emergency lights to pull you over. They're using their emergency powers to pull you over, right? And there's no emergency. But see, they're creating the emergency by basically, if you don't want to be detained and deal with the harassment, which is them extorting money out of you and your rights temporarily, then ultimately they'll murder you. So they are creating an emergency. They're using their emergency powers given to them only, designated to them only for emergencies. They're using their emergency powers to create an emergency for you. It's fucked up, right? But anyways, so they're coming up to you. They're the children of the spider. They're the others, the other kind. We're not all the same here. Come up to you and call you a criminal while they're basically doing criminal activity towards you. And see, we're awake now to all this shit. And things are not the way we believe them to be. Come to find out, we actually have power. You know, you command from within. And, yeah, fuck all that shit. We deserve to be happy. So smile throughout the day. Like if you're having difficulties like getting into like a vibrant mood, your natural state, just smile. Put a smile on your face. And yeah, it works. Anyways, I'll put the playlist, intro to how to navigate the bullshit law, so-called law, the black law for the criminal justice for criminals. And I'm going to put some vibes for miracles in the description.